This is a Hot Pie Media original.
Look, I don't want to nerd out too much on football, but I can't help but nerd out a lot on this. This is, I think, I know it gets old saying Tom Brady's remarkable things. No. This is Tom Brady remarkable thing. It was a fun, cool weekend of football as usual. The NFL is just keeps delivering cool games, cool finishes, crazy finishes. The product is so good. Dallas got a big win in a game I just never thought it'd play out that way. But forget all that stuff. I just want to point out what I think is an amazing stat. And I don't want to be guilty of saying that number will be never be touched again. This number will never be touched again. It will not be touched again. No way. I think this is such a remarkable statistic. Tom Brady had 5 touchdown passes yesterday. Okay? I know you're sick of it. So what? I don't think it's so what, actually. I really think you ought to appreciate how great that is. That's 5 touchdown passes yesterday. They win again. They beat a crappy Atlanta team 48-25 or something like that. But the point of this is to put this in context. Tom Brady now has thrown for 154 touchdown passes. Doesn't matter, right? In his 40s. He has 154 touchdown passes. He's almost 45. I think does he turn 45 during the season? Something like that. Okay, he's already on pace to match the NFL all-time record for this season. I know it's a long season. I know stuff happens. I get it. I understand. But what you need to appreciate is he has 154 touchdown passes in his 40s. Now, what should happen at this moment is you think, who else would have come close? And don't say George Blanda. Okay? He's 154 in his 40s. Drew Brees is number 2. Drew Brees he's retired. He's now on the NBC. I haven't turned the sound up, so I don't know how good he is yet. A nice guy. I know him a little bit. But he was forced to retire, obviously. Just physically, it runs out. Not for Brady, of course. But Drew Brees, hugely successful team, hugely successful player in his 40s. He's number 2 on the list with 57. Okay? You could combine all the players I'm about to mention, and Brady will surpass them, all of them. Drew Brees is number 2 with 57. Brett Favre had 41. I think all but one are future Hall of Famers, or current Hall of Famers. I'm sorry. In some cases, will be in Brees' case, a first ballot Hall of Famer. Okay, so Brady has 154, and he's on a pretty torrid pace already this year. He's off to kind of a good start, I think you might want to say. He has 154 in his 40s. John McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce in all 50 states, now in several retail outlets as well. So we're going to turn it over to the social media rock chef superstar, and we're going to walk through a few sauces and why you should buy. We've done Beat Heat, so we're second in line now for the tasting. Don't forget, everyone, go to atxhotsauce.com. So here we go.
All right, so this one is our smoked habanero 5-pepper. We smoke habaneros with ancho, pasilla.
Is that going to hurt?
This one? No,
Yeah.
This one's actually really, really good.
Okay.
This is like your traditional tapatilla, but without the vinegar in it, right? And because of that fermentation process that we've talked about all the time. This one is great on sandwiches, pizzas, things like that. Great on hot wings. I think you're going to really like this one too, especially the smoky flavor with the adobe chipotle and the smoked habaneros. We actually smoked the habaneros before we...
Does that go with the cab?
This would not go with cab. This would go with the great Chenin Blanc, though.
I knew you were going to... I teed you up with that one.
Yeah.
That is good.
That's good. Isn't that good? It's just classic take. Well, it's a new take on a classic item. It's called Smoked habanero 5-pepper.
All right, don't forget
One of my
ATX.
favorites.
Don't forget ATXHotSauce.com. Drew Brees has 57. Brett Favre has 41. Warren Moon had 37. I think Warren Moon is one of the most underrated, I would say, pure, in my opinion, he is one of the 3 greatest pure passers ever to play the game. I didn't say winners. I didn't say measuring him like Brady. I'm saying as a person who can step in the pocket and throw the ball as well as Dan Marino, who's the best, Warren Moon is one of the greatest pure passers the game has ever known. Arm, accuracy, it was amazing. It was just understated because he played in a weird time, on a weird, they couldn't play defense. He was a part of the greatest meltdown of all time. I'm just saying he's an underappreciated pure passer. He had 37. Vinny Testaverde had 24, which means that Brady is 6 touchdown passes away, and he'll get that because he's kind of on a fiery pace. He is 6 touchdown passes away from throwing more touchdown passes in his 40s than all of the rest combined. And he's far from done. If he quit at the end of this year, he's going to be at, was he 154? He'll probably throw how many more? Like 30 more this year? 40 more? He's going to be 175. And why would I say this is, this is one of those records that nobody touches? One, it's hard to last that long. Drew Brees, Brett, they're all examples. It's hard to last that long. And number 2, there's no reason to play that long. That's one of the things that is so admirable about Brady. He genuinely likes being that much of a badass. He doesn't need to do it by any stretch. The money is there. The health is there. The wife's bopping around in her underwear. There's no reason to be playing that game today. Other guys are going to be making this generation of quarterbacks, which is the golden age of quarterbacks. I mean, it is a remarkable time to be a football fan with Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott. I mean, just it's an amazing time for the position. There's no reason for those guys to play that long. They will have made all the money. You one, physically probably won't last. No, you won't last. Number 2, you couldn't play at that high of a level like Brady. And number 3, there's no reason to do it. I mean, Dak Prescott is a $100 million player already. I can't foresee anyone, whether it's Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Josh Allen, go down the list of young quarterbacks. You don't need to play past 35. It's crazy. You don't need it. You don't need the money. You don't need the headaches. So this number of him, the number that he will set. I mean, the question with Brady is how many touchdown passes will he throw in his 50s? Huh? Think about that. I don't think that happens, but I'm starting to wonder maybe that does happen. So this number of touchdown passes in his 40s, well, it's not touched now, and those are all great players who played a long time. It's not even going to be close. There will not be a player. I don't see any of the guys that I'm talking about now. The great young players of today, the quarterbacks of today. I can't see any of them playing into the 40. Why? No way. That is, of everything that you read and hear about Brady, 154 touchdowns. We're 2 games into the season, which he's lighting up the league already. Right, Cowboys fans? He's lighting it up. 154 in your 40s. I mean, I wouldn't have guessed. I wouldn't even guess 60 or 70 or 80. But then again, you forget that the guy's almost was in his mid-40s. So for everything that he'll end up doing, all the records that he'll own, there's the one that'll never be touched again.
From the Hot Pie Media Studios in Austin, Texas, it's the Jeff Ward Show. Listen at jeffwardshow.com.